You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. You're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. Disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed on the Powerhouse radio station are those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other hosts or advertisers. The show, found on the Powerhouse radio station, can promote any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practice. These shows are for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to treat, diagnose, and/or claim any cure of disease or conditions. Opinions stated by various contributors to the Powerhouse Radio and its programming are not to be considered as endorsed by the Powerhouse Radio station. Visitors are urged to use their own discernment to draw their own conclusion. We emphasize the importance of keeping an open mind.
Greetings to each and to everyone. Blessings upon blessings upon blessings to each and everyone. Just want to say big shouts. How are you doing, Powerhouse Radio crew, family? Thank you for logging on in. Thank you for logging in. The crew is coming on and yeah, how are you doing? We're logging in one by one. How are you doing? Hoping that you're fantabulous. It's been a piping hot day right here in the ATL, and we're not complaining because I'm loving the heat totally. So blessings upon blessings upon blessings upon blessings. Yeah, we want to say big shout to the Powerhouse Radio listeners. We want to say big shout to the You Choose Radio listeners. How you doing over there, You Choose? Hope that you all are fantabulously fabuloso and just enjoying your day. Yeah, enjoying your day. Blessings to you. Victorious, how are you, victorious folks, doing? Hoping that you all, as well as having a fantabulous day. Man, I'm telling you, it's a great day. It's a great day to be alive. What's so great about it? You're alive. And what you didn't get to do yesterday, you're able to do today. Eh? And what you didn't get to do an hour ago, you get to do it now. How about that? So we just got to give God thanks. How about that? Yeah. So for all of the listeners listening via our telephone line, 667-930-9036, massive shouts to you if you're tuning in through our tuning app. Blessings to you. Our website, www.dapowerhouseradio. Want to say blessings to you. You Choose Radio. If you listen via that outlet, blessings. Victorious 89.1 FM. Blessings if you listening through those outlets. The YouTube, the Facebooks, and all of the outlets that we're streaming through. Man, I'm loving the numbers, and I'm asking you to continue to share. Yeah, share and tell a friend and a friend and a family member that that we are definitely here. Just want to big you all up and thank you all once again for joining us. Big ups yourself. Big ups, Don Minot says greetings, Lady D. The panel, greetings to you all. Sharon says, big up, lady. Big up, Lady D. Big up in the panel. Big ups to you all. Man, I'm telling you, well, you all want to say hello to the masses. Jai, what's going on with you? Jai, well, let's jump
I'm
over to
still here. Sorry. I was having a technical difficulty. Hello, happy Thursday, everybody.
all right. Noni, what's going on?
Greetings, everyone, to the whole panel. It's good to be here. Hope everybody is having a great week so far as we wind down to the big weekend. Welcome, everyone. Glad you're tuning in on all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, uh, uh, TikTok, and however the other ways that you're listening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad you're here. Can't wait to get started in our topics tonight.
All right, right. Queen, what's going on?
Welcome, 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 everyone. Welcome.
All right. MC, what's going on?
Hi. Good night, everyone. Look forward to reasoning with you tonight. Hi, panel. Hi, audience.
Darespecta. Keith, what's going on there? I see Keith Blake. What's up?
You know, I love how you keep the best for last. I respect you so much. Isn't
Definitely.
that right, ladies?
Ladies,
There we go.
Isn't that right, ladies?
ladies first. Yes.
Ladies
Hey,
first.
hey,
That's
hey,
right.
hey! I need a favor. I need a favor
Also,
from
you're
the
part
crew.
of the best. You're
Yes.
part
Thank
of
you.
the best. We're
Yes,
all
I
the
am.
best. You're
Yes, I
part
am. I need a favor from the crew and
What?
everyone listening. I need to reach a milestone on YouTube so I can do some things. So I
Okay.
need y'all to subscribe to me, please. Must be one video that is 20,000. I can like.
I think that I've subscribed and I think I like your videos.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've already.
And yeah, and
Me
Yeah.
yeah,
too.
I bring out a popsicle tomorrow.
That sounds. I love watermelon.
Is
Ah,
it
me too.
is
Me
it
too.
is
Me
it
too.
warm? Is it warm enough for popsicle, lady?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
Ah,
it's getting hot in here. It's getting hot. It's getting
it's
hot.
getting
It's
hot
getting
in
hot
here.
in here.
Well,
So,
I,
mm-mm.
I'm predicting that this is going to be the most banging show of all times on this beautiful
Whoa,
Thursday.
it's
All right.
This is going to be fire tonight.
it's gonna
You
fire.
said it. Let it happen. Let it be.
Let's gripe, big up yourself. Let's gripe says good evening, the powerhouse of radio. Blessings to you,
That
man.
was a good show last night, lady. I watched it.
Oh, last night, let's gripe.
Yeah.
Blessings.
Yeah, I watch it too. I got and part of it. I missed most of it.
We definitely
But
have
I
to
really
support,
watch it.
support each other's programming, and spread the word in regards to each other's programming. So that is a fantabulous thing. Thank you for always supporting us, Tonya, the Let's Gripe crew. Blessings upon blessings to you, man. It is crazy. I know Don gonna say, Lady D, I know just America, but we in America. We're in America.
America.
Do you
Lady,
agree with madness
Lady D,
going on?
he just don't want you to forget Jamaica. That's all.
No, we not forgetting Jamaica. Jamaica Parliament is arguing right now in Jamaica. I mean, I don't know why. Man, we're gonna get into all of that.
It's a
But look,
mess.
I mean, there are so many Jamaicans that are stuck right now in you know where.
Yeah,
And I need to know what the Jamaican government is going to do about it because it's not one or two; it's a whole bunch of them working
what
over
they
there.
do? Americans are stranded there. What can really they do? Anything
Well, it's,
at this point. The flights are canceled. The
Yeah,
flights are being
yeah.
canceled. What are they supposed to do? I mean, this is madness
Hmm.
going on, and
It is. It really is.
I've been I'm listen. Let's Scribe says hello family, thank you. Yes. Listen, it is crazy all around the world. Jamaica are everybody is it's nothing but tension. It's nothing but war. It's nothing but fighting and argument.
Well, rumors of war. Hey, when you read the Bible, it tells you about these times. I guess they want these prophecies to be real, huh?
Be fulfilled.
Mm. Yeah, you have the micro wars within the country. You have the macro wars outside the country.
I'm
there
telling
you
you,
go.
What's going on?
crazy.
That's it.
You know, someone said to me today, said, why lady D gotta come fin world? I said, listen, from my idea, I'm need me I hear
Them
that.
people there, you don't
Oh,
say nothing to
It's
them people
true.
there.
Yes, you
I
have been.
at my knees, I've been
I'm so sick and tired of hearing that
okay. I said, I don't know. I said, men is gonna destroy
Oh
themselves.
no,
from day
oh
Yes.
one.
no.
God's
But
Yeah.
earth
that's what it is all about. They always destroy
burn.
themselves. They did
Oh,
Even when the flood, during the flood time, they destroy themselves. They wouldn't listen, and they
Yeah.
end up destroying themselves also. All that was going on there.
yeah,
Sodom and Gomorrah, and same thing that's going on now.
Exactly. It's a
Basically,
recycle.
God,
it's the same thing that's going on now in a different way.
God's earth is going to
But
remain
it's
man.
like it's repeating itself. Yeah, and that's why I do believe that it's a cycle. The
Yeah,
word, yeah, life is a cycle, and it goes around and
and around.
Round and around.
Well, we
yeah.
definitely going to give some FYI's. Mama asked to call me with a whole bunch of stuff, and I can't even absorb half of what she's saying. I did a lot of checks out there to some of what she's saying. I did not get any um um concrete that yes, this is going on, because everyone that, and I've received calls from someone else, another individuals. These are my little people that would call me and say, Lady D, I saw a this a go on, a that a go on. But before I normally bring certain things forward, I like to make sure I do my checks and balances. You know, it was it was yeah, okay, yeah, we definitely have that on the list. Let's gripe says, please like, share, and subscribe. And then she also says, let's talk about Jamaica is ending the relationship with the doctors and nurses. This administration is interfering with Jamaica government. Yeah, we definitely have that on the list as well. I already have that there. 55 decades of relationship with Cuba. So yeah, we definitely have that. Don't worry, we always have something in there with Jamaica. But what's going all around the world? This is tonight is a world topic. You know,
Mhm.
it,
And
Yeah.
seeing that, let's see that
Uh,
Jamaica is a part of the world. Let's start with Jamaica and make Dan happy.
yeah.
Because I promise you, lady, he's not going to like what we got to discuss with the disgust of Jamaica.
Well, there's
And Noni not going to like it either because Jamaica is full of disgust.
It's full of disgust. Oh
no, but well, you know what? Right now there's okay. See, my man just text me here as well. With Christy Gnomes and all these stuff. Yeah, I did see that acid. I did see that with gnomes as well. But yeah, we kind of have a view of where we're going tonight. And for Jamaica, as we have here, Jamaica discontinued medical cooperative program with Cuba after 5 decades, and that is a big travesty for that to take place. And also, I wanted to touch. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the, and I don't know if everyone's was privy to the arguments that's going on. Damian Crawford calls out Julian Holness and the JLPs in regards to the disaster relief fundings,
get the money. Yes.
and
Yeah.
yeah, so it was quite hot in Parliament yesterday and as well as today. Um, Also, there's a mother that is came on social media, and speaking on her daughter that she raised and did everything for and sent her to school and all of these things. And I saw that clip, and I was gonna bring it to you all. I saw the respect also posted it. Um yeah, the also the respecter posted it. So he's gonna touch that a little bit. And Jai brought to our attention Iran foreign minister. They're waiting, they say, on the U.S. to invade. I got a call as well in regards to the draft. It's alleged that they are drafting individual, um so we definitely going to touch that, because a lot of children, 17 and up, and I spoke with several people called me in regards to it and said that it was on the news, and it's allegedly was on the news in New York, subliminally. in regards to the draft, and that is trickling down here to the South as well. So, Christy Gnomes, she's has been hoisted as the Homeland Security um, um, on, and it's Mark Wayne Collins, an Oklahoma senator, whom has
Oh,
now taken place. We want to say good. We want to also send out big shouts to Jasmine Crockett. She didn't win the Senate bid. James Telaraco. So we have to say, okay, Latino folks, what's
Mhm.
going on? Because it's stated that it's alleged that most of his votes came from the Latinos, and I'm wondering if they haven't been learning um, anything. Let's Gripe says, "My head a hot mess." So I guess her head is hurting her over the Cuba situation with the government. I that one, it was a real shocker for me right
Yeah, it was.
Yes, it really was.
now.
Because the last I heard, he was supposed to have been siding with him. So I don't know what changed his
I don't know
mind.
necessarily about siding, but he made a very strong speech,
Well, that more
regarding
or less that
these
was
situations.
that was pointing to him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
support the support
support.
that
Yeah.
he would have assisted them with. So I'm like, wow. Well, he didn't say he was going to assist them with anything. He was just saying the atrocity of what was going on, taking place with them, and that the Caribbean nations basically need to stand together. And I think we touched that a little bit last week. Don says Jamaica saw 60 murders just in the month of February. A lot.
Yeah. uh, and most of them police uh initiate initiated. But also, lady, if you don't mind talking about the young man that was killed in St. Anne's High School, the high school in St. Anne's.
I guess that's
Um,
the 60 murders.
we talk
Yeah.
about children and what make them so angry and what have you, and that's I think that's something to hit on. Took
Yeah.
the chair and batter him over his head, and high school. I mean,
Imagine you send your child to school,
school, yeah.
you get a call that they're in, but it's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. I mean, the whole thing of the whole thing of sending your child to school, and then you get a call that in school,
Yeah. Yes.
like this
Yes.
place in school,
Yeah.
violence that is going on right now with the children and adults. I mean, you can't even say with the children, because all the children is being exposed to is violence.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
That was one of the arguments, that they're being exposed to so much violence, not just at home, but also in the media and and social media
Yeah,
and just media in general, because every minute you hear of an incident or 'cause this is crazy though. You know what I mean?
much
You're so
violence.
ignorant and so angry that you're gonna pick up a metal chair and bang the child over his head like that.
That's what Don said. He said the 17-year-old hit the 16-year-old with a metal chair. It,
Yeah.
so that's a life lost, two life lost in one, because this 16-year-old, what he's going to do, he's going to end up in jail, juvenile. So his education is lost. I think that children, and let's gripe, we're going to touch that Iran thing in a minute, where she says the administration say that Iran will attack America and some people will die. We're going to touch that in a minute. But in lieu of Jamaica, um I just feel like in the school systems, there ought to be, at this point, with how society is going, there needs to be an anger management or something course or
Something.
class,
Yeah.
that is being taught to the children. What are you all thoughts on that? MC Jai, the Respecta, Noni, Queen.
What's
You're
with the
talking
ladies?
about?
Why they so quiet?
No, I just want to ask you. So you're saying for students to
Yeah,
have a
because being in school with the anger, with all of the violence right now
Mhm.
that the children are being exposed to, there's a lot of violence that these kids are being exposed to. May it be in their neighborhood. We definitely know televisions is a factor. All of these areas
Home.
are factors.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah. Home.
like with the violence now, war we're talking about, and yeah, we had war and we had violence back when we were younger, but we weren't so prevalent to it because now everything is on social media. Everything is on social media. So um with our children being exposed and they're getting more violent by the minute, what would we say? I was thinking maybe, I don't know if some of the schools, maybe here, Jamaica, wherever it is, but since we're focusing on Jamaica at this point, I think there should be some type of subject.
I do too. I agree. So I definitely understand what you're saying. Even in college, there's a personal development, course that's mandatory, as one of the introduction courses prerequisites.
Yeah,
So I think it should be implemented in the schools that is an actual course.
yeah,
Maybe they can fit it in, like with the PE and health in some type of way
yeah,
because they're already doing that. So I would agree with you that that needs to happen.
yeah,
Especially with Jamaica and what had happened. That storm had put a lot of damage on these children psych wise. You know what I mean? And some of these
Yes.
things haven't been addressed, you know. So these children, they have all these anger. Remember, some of them had nice homes, you know, and now some of them sleeping on the tapali and what have you. So they have all of these especially St. Anne, because that was one of the parish that was affected, you know, and that happened in St. Anne. I don't know the circumstance, but I heard it was an argument or what have you. And he ended up doing that, going behind him, sneaking up behind him, and doing that. But you know that there's a lot of kids there, and they have no way to control these anger, no anger management tools that was set up for them, so they're just going to strike out. And then again, if we're going to look abroad, it's the same thing really happening. All the programs that we used to have here in the US that used to be geared towards children and developing their minds, and giving them a sense of being wanted, it doesn't exist anymore. So therefore, you find the same thing happening here too, not in just in Jamaica, but here too.
yeah.
So
Anyone else want to touch it?
Lady D, I wanted to, add to that as well. You can remember, when we were in school, we had the school nurse, not just for bumps and scrapes, but, if a child was kind of, acting out, there was times that, said child would be, sent to a nurse to kind of, get them calm and,
mhm.
take a breather and then re-enter the classroom. Just like Queen was saying, if those things
Mhm.
are not in schools anymore, what tools, can be used to help, our children? Because a lot of times, if, they're spending more hours in school than they are at home, and this is what some of the monies for the Department of Education should be used for,
Yes.
to assist, faculty, staff, and students as one to alleviate some of this violence out of the schools.
Early intervention programs. Yes,
That's
yes,
something that
yes.
myself and another educator was reasoning on. That they're an educator in school, and they worked and they're basically in the department, ISS department, where when the kids are in school suspension, kind of, sort of. And now it's that individual is saying to me, boy, Lady D, is like every time,
Wow.
just everything, there's no discipline structure anymore. You know, a,
Lady D, can you hear me? I think I lost y'all.
yeah, we can hear you.
Oh no, it ain't doing
Yeah, we
nothing.
can hear you. We can
Oh
hear.
no, you locking me out?
Yeah, we can hear you, Noni.
Turn me
Yeah, but they were reasoning on the fact that now the teachers don't even, there's no process before, there's no suspensions, there's no parent conference meetings, there's no, none of those things are being put into implementing anymore. The kids go to in school suspension for a day or two, and then they're back in the classroom. There's no form of consequences that are
Mm.
being done to the children. So, you know,
No
nowadays
accountability.
are just getting no accountability, no none of that. They're getting away with murder right now in the school system. So yeah, it's a sad, sad, sad thing. And Don says the entire Jamaica society is angry. Don, I
Mm.
totally agree with you with that, but I think
Yeah,
the world is angry.
yeah. It's you can feel the shift in the environment, and not just the
Where
environment, but
is
just
love?
the atmosphere. You can feel it.
Where is the love and where is the church? I know some people may not go to church, some people may not, their beliefs are different, but where are the pastors to be standing on the corners of the streets and preaching and praying, and where are the church comes in like they're just totally just
Disconnected.
disconnected from this whole
Only
thing.
in the buildings,
Yeah.
not
and
out.
the
I
community leaders too, as well. They
Yeah.
used to
You
be
see them
more
more present, like
active. They're not
chanting and
active
just
now.
dancing.
They're in the buildings. They're not out in the streets and in the
Like
environment
they
and the
used
communities.
I
They
think
stay in the
my
building.
perspective of that is because I feel like once upon a time everything was geared towards a goal and there was something to look forward to. For example, when I was in high school, they had minor trade programs that they were teaching kids that you can have as a course. So kids were learning how to be barbers. We had a construction class that I even took before where we were learning to build things.
Yeah.
Um, Even sports, you had to have certain grade requirements to play the sports that you loved, but that kept you academically stable because you wanted to play your sport.
Yeah.
um Even as adults now, I feel like, well, as me as an adult, I feel like it's changing and it's shifting because, no offense, there's really nothing to look forward to. The dream that was sold once upon a time, and this is just for everywhere in the world, I feel like it's not, it doesn't feel attainable anymore. And that's because of how everything is shifting. And so it's understandable why people are angry because, yes, you're in this position. Let's say I do get to do everything, like I do complete all my schooling. I'm still going to be in a world of debt. Life might be a little too expensive. I may not get that job. There's no surety in what that future looks like anymore. And then you take away everything that can build some of that surety too, or the access that they have. And this is, again, this might be reference to America, maybe not, because I know they pay for school in Jamaica, but you took out the trades in school.
No, they don't.
Mhm.
So
Totally in Jamaica, but yes.
all they know is the book work, and then what? You're not even giving them options to explore like once upon a time.
Yeah.
you know,
When
and
I
then
was
That's
living is
true.
in,
so expensive, but
That's
nothing
true.
else is rising to match how living is. And so again, there's nothing to look forward to. What is the dream? Everybody, I remember growing up and everybody had different aspirations in life. I never wanted to be a billionaire, and this is just me being transparent, but I did all I love the family life, like the husband, the wife, the kids, being able to travel, being the fenced yard, being able to own a home, drive a certain car. You know what I mean? Maybe own a business if that's what I decided to do with my passion. You know, but
Right.
I had the opportunity to explore what my passion is. You don't have that now.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's true. I definitely agree with John. When
It's
she brought that up
Mm.
about the trades and everything, and I want to
not.
speak about that because when I was in high school, of course, we had the economics and home
That's right.
economics and
Mm,
woodworking class. But I will tell you something about those. They really brought a sense of community, love, support. I mean, I can remember home economics, the guys had to cook and we would crack jokes. And, it was just a warm, felt environment inside the school. So, guess what? Because it was happening inside of the school, it was all in the communities. So, I
yeah.
think having those brought community together. And I'm gonna give you a prime example. I am working on trying to head up reopening up a community YMCA in my area. And I'm telling you, because so many things has went to social media and communicating in that way, you don't even have that anymore. Where's the face-to-face, one-on-one collaboration? It's
Yeah.
But
missing.
here in Georgia, even the YMCA, it's so expensive to join. It's not free to the community like years ago. Some of these
Right.
centers were free and you could go there and register for free and attend the classes and the programs that they have. But now everything is costly. You know what I mean? If you want to do something, um, that that is influential for your children, then you have to pay for it. It's not like years ago. You had the Police Athletic League PAL. You had Operation Up and then you had all of these programs that you could turn to and children could turn to. And I know what you're talking about, that home economic, but they don't have the fundings no more. We used to cook and on Fridays we would sell to the teachers, the food to the
Yeah,
teachers.
but even Jamaica
They
had
don't have that no more.
even Jamaican school had trade. The respect, I see you're trying to say something. I was muting you because you were echoing. Go ahead.
Yeah, what's going on with our children in Jamaica? It's been like this for a long time, but it's worse now after Melissa. And the thing about it that makes it so bad is hiring one parent at home. So you really can't blame the mother anymore or the two parent anymore because of how the kids are situation is with government and no community centers like y'all are saying, no body being mentor. There's nobody assisting the kids and they're growing up with these entertainers. Everything is boom bam 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 and the disrespect of life in general in the music, especially dancehall, what they're seeing on the internet, they're trying to imitate and live it. No respect. The lack of respect is coming from the internet. Most of the artists, the the ignorant also. It's like nobody is realizing, the elders in the music, dancehall or reggae, that our children are being affected badly because even 9-year old cussing a grown man and woman. There's no respect. There's no fear of nothing in these kids growing up nowadays because of what they're seeing and hearing. And government ain't gonna step in. Like you say, the pastors, they ain't gonna step in. It's like nobody wants to step in and reach out to these kids, try to make their lives better. Not only that, food is limited.
Yeah.
A lot of them going to school hungry, leaving school hungry. don't want to go home because the living condition. It's sad.
Yeah. It's a sad state. It's a sad state that is going on right now. Queen, you are mute. I see that you're trying to say something as well. Go ahead.
To touch your children once a month, and I saw this, and I said, "My God, how angry could you be? To want to just pick something up like that and clobber somebody over the head. He's like no heart, And then we say, what's causing it, and when I was looking at this, people were saying all sort of things. They were talking about, again, media. They were talking about not being heard, the children not being heard, no one not listening to them. And there were several things that they were saying is the cause of it. But the bottom line is that we have to get a grip, because like I've been looking at it, it's not getting any better, it's getting worse. It
Yeah,
seems to be getting worse every year.
And
yeah.
it's-
Every month.
go ahead, MC.
Yeah, so my take on it, and we've had a conversation similar before, where I feel like in early childhood there needs to be some type of character education where children learn not just about school, because from kindergarten children are bombarded with testing and with education. But at the early childhood level, especially pre-K and kindergarten, it's very important that they learn how to interact for each other, how to learn how to gain empathy. What is sympathy? What is empathy? Caring for someone else. So having certain type of character education, it works. And they need to put that more into, so giving children time to play,
I
and so that's one.
Yeah.
Two, I would say video games have gotten more violent. I would say social media. So people get desensitized on what it's like to be violent, that it's funny. They show it as a game and people laugh and they comment. And so social media is desensitizing, helping to desensitize it. And then our societal norms that we used to have, where people respect like adults, like no one would ever try to harm a child, a baby, or elderly. So if you saw a baby or elderly, you would not curse around them, or the elderly, you'd have to be respect. That respect is gone. So children can act wherever they want. If they see a baby or a little child, they'll curse. If they see an adult, they want to tip them over, push them over, like all punching them, all kind of things that people never used to shoot in churches and hospitals. So the violence is the societal norms they used to have, where certain things you just don't do. It's everything's gone out the window, and it's like everything goes now.
Do you
So these are a lot
I
of things I would say is happening.
I agree, but I also feel like that comes into parenting styles as well. My daughter was blessed enough to be able to go to a private school early years, and now she's in like the special programs now that I placed her into like a public school. But from when she was younger, I feel like the problem is parenting. I understand all of these resources are should be available, but I also feel like as a parent, even if you're unable to access those resources, one thing I taught my daughter was know what your emotions are. What are you feeling? Sometimes the anger is coming from they don't even know where, because they don't know how to express themselves. And from when she was little, 1 or 2, you couldn't just stand there and cry and I don't know what's going on and we're playing this figure it out game. You're going to
Yeah.
tell me you're mad. What are you mad
Mhm.
about? And you're going to have to explain to me why you're angry, you know?
Mhm.
So even when she was 2, if she's crying and I say, "What's wrong?" I she learned very early to say I'm mad or I'm angry or I'm sad, and she can explain to me why she's mad, why she's sad, and we work through it from there, you know? And I feel like that's very important, because now you're teaching your kids emotional intelligence and how to manage that, because you can't freak out about everything. And I feel
Hmm.
like that starts at home, Because if I'm allowing you to lose it about every little thing, what are you going to do when you walk out into the world?
That's a good
But
Say,
question.
remember in Jamaica, being in Jamaica, the parent, I'm just going to speak for me. I can't blame no parents in Jamaica right now because they got to either walk, catch a taxi or a bus to go and try to make some money. And they're trusting in their child or their children to do the right things and walk to school or find a bus to go, get to school. And along the way, all the teaching that you're talking about, Jai, is out the window because they run into someone who don't get those type of teaching and convince them to not to go to school, cut school, and do all kind of crazy things. So it's
And I
very
hear you.
difficult on it's
I hear
very
you on that,
difficult
and
for
not to cut
Jamaica.
you off, but that also comes in teaching your kid to be a leader and not a follower. My daughter knows, my daughter hangs around kids that may not do the best things. And I leave the floor open enough, and she's only 7. I leave the floor open enough for her to be able to come and tell me about her day. So I hear about what certain kids are allowed to do, and she knows her boundaries. And she understands that she's a leader, not a follower. You don't have to fall into what everybody else is doing. I'm a single mom, a working mom who works really hard and don't have the hours in a day, but for God blesses me to figure it out, right? And this is I handle everything down to even was paying for her to go to private school, working 18 hours a day to make sure that happened. So I understand the struggle behind trying to find balance with pouring into your child and providing for them. But I also wanted to drill into my kid that you're a leader and nobody can't tell you what you can and can't do. Kids are going to be kids and they're going to make mistakes and they may run behind a friend because they feel like it's fun. I told my kids straight up, if you're going to get in trouble, you get in trouble for a decision you made.
I think that the parents now is not really, and kudos to you, Jai. Big ups to you, Jai.
mhm,
I think
yeah,
parents now is not sitting and interacting with their children.
quality time. Yes,
They
yes.
are
That's
they are sitting
true.
with prey.
That's
As far as to Don's comment, as the entire Jamaica society is, and even just society itself, I feel that persons have lost faith. There's no more, godly love. you know I think persons are questioning God, questioning love, questioning peace, questioning togetherness. Just the unity is just not there anymore. So therefore it's every man for themselves, every dog for themselves, every female for themselves, every
That's
child for
what I was gonna
themselves.
say as well. The
You
the leaders aren't being the leaders, the pastors aren't the
know,
same, and
pastor,
so it's who do you run to kind of thing. And I
yeah,
was
That's
gonna touch on that too with what MC had said. Is
yeah,
I agree with her wholeheartedly on that. It's because it's the truth. There's no village anymore, and again, everybody's for themselves.
yes,
yeah.
everyone.
Lady G, y'all, I just wanted to speak on the fact that, like Jai was saying, and definitely, Jai, just want to give just, just being grateful for what, you were definitely able to, teach your daughter. But I just wanted to say, with a lot of the resources that's out now, a lot of the parents, probably didn't go that route, that she did. But I'm seeing now that there are, if you do your research, there are resources to help parents, whether they're single or, still couples that kind of lost their way and lost their children. Um, and if they are at an age where, you can rescue them, that would be a great, because I'm always looking for resources because there was a gap somewhere, even with my children that I'm trying to get a handle on, being transparent. But I'm always looking for resources and help outside of myself, community, and other resources, whether online or in person therapy, and just different things that are needed.
Yeah, but a lot of persons don't even have access to that, or they don't even. A lot of people
Thank you.
don't know how to
Yes.
get. it how to even begin to get access. And some of their minds is not like mine and yours that would say, okay, well, let me Google. You know, people would say
Mhm.
Google is at everyone's fingertip, but some people persons really don't even know how to utilize it, or they can't even comprehend to even think about starting to utilize these resources. And you know, persons like yourself, yeah, we need to get these resources out there, because some of the time they need to see it with their eyes, and not under the perception that, yeah, these resources are out there, so they should be able to get it. You know, Sharon says, a child live what they learn. If a child live with hostility, they learn to fight. Most of
Yeah.
these children aren't learning empathy or socializing skills. The child is on the phone, the parent is on the phone, not taking the time to interact with their children. It is so true. It brings you
It's
back
true.
to when they said everyone is sitting at the table.
Yeah, that commercial.
Know, the other day is so funny. The other day, a picture came up with me, my sister, my brother, my son, sitting in my brother's living room, and each one of us had a phone in our face, really looking at the phone. And I sat there and I was like, wow. The time that we really sat there on the phone, we should have been interacting with each other. We should have been conversing about whatever there is to have conversed about. But at that particular moment, I guess we got silent, and I'm seeing all of us with
About the phone.
our phones. So that is one of the things that I think has taken away from family is the telephone, is this access, this immediate access
Social media.
and social media, and to all of that, that it's taking away the time. I think that sometimes maybe if we as parents can have our children, hey, weekends alone, we gonna do this, or weekend is the time when it's family time, because I work during the week, and when I get off, I have to cook, I have to clean, I have to get you ready for bed, da 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 da. But let's make even one day a day for family usage, family time. We're going to block out the rest of the world, and we're going to learn about each other. We're going to talk. We're going to love upon each other, because I feel that that's one of the problems with the world, why even Jamaica society is angry, even why the world is angry, is
They're
because we're
detached from each other, right?
together. You know what
They're,
I'm saying? All
yeah,
the
they're
time is everything is anger, 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 anger. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I agree with you, Sharon. Even that socializing skill, the child is on the phone, the parents on the phone. We're not having time to interact with their children, which once again I have to say kudos to Jai, kudos to Noni for her statement, is, you know, seeking the help um to have the time to interact with the children. Blossom says they used to have all these free programs and all these activities at the center, recreation center for the kids. Now everything is money, 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 money. It is.
what I was
Yes,
saying.
it is.
She says there are no programs out there no more where the kids them could go free. They used to have big sister programs. I don't know whatever happened to those stuff.
It's true.
You know,
They
yeah,
don't, the funding, they took the fundings away. The government took the fundings away from those programs. That's what they did. And, those programs cannot function without fundings because private fundings alone cannot carry those programs. So they need also part of the government to fund it. But they are not investing in the children anymore. Um,
definitely
they
see that.
yeah, they're
No,
not
Can I add to
invested.
that real quick, lady?
yeah, you could go in there real quick, and then let me say this real quick before you go, the respect to Noni. I know that you have access to a lot of these programs that are here in America. If you can also bring those information one day, like if I and I'm giving you homework. So if
Okay.
type up some of these organizations and things, we have it now on our platform where we can post these things on our program. So, and also the website is definitely more friendlier, where I can start to post a lot of those informations on the website as well, so that um parents whom are really looking, and parents whom are listening to the program, and or family members that can pass these on to struggling younger individual adults. We would like to get these information out. Before you answer, Noni, go ahead, Keith. The respecter.
Yeah,
As
yeah. What everyone is saying is so important, and I sure hope that we all share this one over and over and over,
Yeah,
mainly for the one main purpose that some young mother can listen to Jai and
yeah,
gain some confidence and knowledge and goodness about herself and
yeah.
raising her child alone or children alone. Jai, my heart goes out to you.
Yes, yeah, and doing a wonderful, excellent
Wonderful.
job at it.
Good
And
mother.
I hope
Yeah.
this message also
Thank
go out
you.
to the community leaders and the pastors. You know, we need you. The society really needs you. Whether you want to say persons believe, Queen, you're sideways for some reason. Whether society wants to, you want to say society believes you in you or not. Um, your presence in the streets, you all need to get back in the streets. And as Queen says, you're in the buildings. We need to
Mhm.
get the buildings and get back in the streets. I remember growing up, New York. You would see them on corners and with their loudspeakers and their mics and their,
Mhm.
just the essence of love, and that's flowing throughout the air, the air, and just letting them know that, hey, there's a God, there's a way, there's hope. I think that people are angry because there's no hope. People are
Mhm.
angry because some of them feel like they have no one to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, people are just, so I'm hoping there's a difference. Even in Jamaica, there's on the side roads, all of that. There used to be all of these things that used to take place. None of those things are taking place anymore.
And
And we need you folks out there. We need the pastors to stop talking about prosperity, and talk about love.
yeah. And
Because
we understand that some of you have fear, but in numbers, it's easier if you do it in numbers. If you guys they form committees or in whatever area they're in. There's so many churches in Jamaica that are right next door to each other. It's a church. You're supposed to come together and form the committee, the community. You know, and
yeah,
in numbers they can't beat you. I remember years ago the drug dealers when they come in the neighborhood and you have the neighborhood watch or whatever you and they band together. They couldn't come in that neighborhood.
there's no
But
more.
you have to work together.
Yeah,
Mm,
there's no more. Well, we just got to continue to pray for our children,
yeah,
and pray for the world, because
yeah,
anger, the anger is just crazy. The anger is leading to, as we move on, leading and come to, um after this, and we're going to move on, but coming to think with anger, this mother came on and said how she sent her child to school, all of these things, and then the child just disowned her.
mm,
My question is, what really took place? What really took place? I don't, there's always two sides to a story, and we really have heard one side of that story. I don't know if you all know what I'm talking about. I know Respecter put it in the group. I had saw it last week on social media. where the mom was saying she sent her daughter to school, all of these things, and we she disowned. But I'm going to refrain from necessarily going into a full blown conversation on it. I'm reasoning on it because of the fact that let's wait and see if the daughter comes out and give her side to the story. There's two sides to every story. But yeah, Jamaica,
This
Jamaica discontinuing medical cooperation program with Cuba after 5 decades. How do you all do? How do you all feel about that? Um, Especially in the need of Cuba at this time.
For me, I feel, I understand why Jamaica's doing it because US is putting them in a stronghold as they do, and they don't want to affect their economy because there's already issues already existing there. So to put a tighten on getting more tariffs and things like that, Jamaica can't afford that right now, right? So I understand that, but at the same time, when America was not invested into Jamaica, or was not paying them much of mind, Cuba was always there.
Yeah,
So that's another thing to look at. So like, almost spitting in their face, kind of.
yeah,
I feel like that's what Jamaica's doing when they want to end that program. 50 years,
Yeah,
and you just
it's
that's it done.
sad. It's a sad thing. It's a sad thing because like you said, Cuba have been supporting Jamaica for a very, very long time, not just in the health field, but also in the education field and the industrial field. They have been supporting them in many, many ways. Not just that, but a lot of the older Jamaicans, they are Cubans. They left Cuba and came to Jamaica, quite a bit of it, including my grandmother. They left Cuba young at a young age and came to Jamaica and they helped build Jamaica.
yeah,
Okay? Yeah. So therefore how can you ignore someone who have been there with you from the beginning and not really demanding much from you, instead they have been giving you. It's a sad thing, and I'm really disappointed in Jamaica, no matter what America say, because really and truly, Jamaica economy is not just run by America. There are different countries that contribute to Jamaican economy, and it's time now for Jamaica to really start doing something of their own, start developing those things that they have out there and start doing their own industries so they don't have to depend on anywhere else. I mean, tourism is okay, but there are other things that Jamaica can do to develop their economy and stop depending on other country, aid from other country. And
I
that's
like
why American use them,
I
you
what?
lied to
know.
you not, lady.
Say that again,
I'm,
director.
I said I lied to you not. I'm sitting right here, and Queen just took every word of my mouth.
Yeah,
I am
I'm
about to
saying,
say,
but
why
it's for
is it
real.
why is it a country can't stand alone if you get half people farming?
Mm,
More than half of the country is farming and fishing and all these things,
yeah,
and you have a
yeah.
strong tourist thing going, and the entertainers who fly out and make money and fly back in, and on and on and on. Why do you need another country to dictate to you what you can and cannot do? Cuba, this situation is wrong, and it's going to turn around and bite Jamaica. The
Mm.
next government is going to feel it. Hopefully not, but the next government is going to feel it.
It's sad. Blossom says, you go to church, you go to funeral, they asking for offering. You go to a repast, they asking for offering. Everywhere you go, they ask for money, and that's what this world is all about. Money, money.
That's so
Exactly.
true.
Sharon,
True.
Just say no.
yes, Sharon says Andrew is afraid Jamaica wouldn't withstand not even a clappers.
That's crazy.
You know, when
It's true.
when you make yourself dependent
Yeah.
on one thing, something. It's just like a lot of persons, they have to get up and go to their work because that's their work help pays their bills, So I guess Andrew's feeling like America is a big source. If they close their door on us, they're doomed. So he's picking his words wisely. And Bruce Golden had said it in an interview, that he says what Bruce Golden can say, Andrew can't say. And it's evident as well in um, one of the speeches that Andrew had made, and immediately one of the senators had retaliated and says how Jamaica have to face consequences for him saying that he was going to support Cuba. So in some ways, this was really, really it was really a surprise, but it shouldn't have been a surprise that once he was checked, he had to say, okay, he was checkmate. He had to say, okay, check and balances. Blossom says, and half of these parents, they don't have no time for the kids because they want to be out there themselves in the streets. So they have no time to grow these kids. So they grow their own self, which is definitely true. Donna says, ever since the alien takeover, it's been all about money. Sharon said he is afraid. He is afraid.
Yeah, he is.
He's afraid that they eliminate him. Like, look at all of the other countries that they've
But
gone in and they've just taken up these presidents and these prime ministers and these ministers and just do what they want to them. So he's afraid. Go ahead, Queen.
no, what I'm saying is that I can't understand why he would be so afraid because really and truly look at that storm that went. Really and truly, what America really what they donated was $5 million, and there were countries that donated more than America did to the storm victim. Yes, they had three helicopter, big helicopter that carried goods and what have you, but there are the countries that supported Jamaica in that after that storm more than even America did. So he should look at those things. And again, even during that time, the Cuban government still sent his people over there to help them and assist them.
Yeah, they they
Even with you know
they came even for the COVID situation.
yeah, I can't
They
understand why you would turn
It
his
was
back
so much
against them
cheer.
like that.
Everyone was carrying on. Yeah, the Cubans are here to help us
Yeah.
with COVID. I mean, like it's sad to see what has taken place. Donna says they're trying to destroy humanity, so they target the youths, whom are the future. So there'll be nothing free for the betterment of our youths. And
And
I
they've been
must
taking the workers, the Jamaican workers, the nurses, the teachers, all of them coming to America. America taking instead of giving.
Yeah, but what Donna says is true. There's nothing free for our
Hmm.
children anymore. You know,
Mm,
there's no, not even recess. I mean, there's just nothing free
nothing.
anymore for our children, which makes it harder for the parents, and that's why I feel that community is very important.
Yeah.
They say it takes a village, or let's, instead of community, let's say village. It takes a village. If someone in that community, in that neighborhood, does sport, know how to kick ball, maybe he just need to get a couple of the kids, neighbors need to be neighborly. Once
Mm,
again, we're living next to people that we don't even know. I've been at my home for some 30 years and 30 plus years, let's say. And there's only really like two neighbors that I talk to, and
yeah.
sad
Yeah.
versus my previous home. The entire block, we all were cool. We
Yeah.
we talked, we looked out for the children, we knew what was going on. When something was going, when there was an event, I would call and say, hey, they having a soccer game here, hey, they're registering for basketball here. We interacted with each other.
The village.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was village, and it's not that anymore. We're not
Yeah.
neighborly to our neighbors because no one trusts each other. No one
Yeah.
want anyone in their business. As
Mhm.
as stated, I don't want them in my business. So then the children lack of it because you know we don't necessarily have to have an outside source. Why don't we take it inside? If it's not the community family members, maybe some family members need to get together and form a team and say, hey, let's go up to the park every other Saturday or every Saturday, and we play a scrimmage together, girls against the guys. I mean, we have to start being creative um in our own environments. And don't let these organizations that are being taken away from us define who we want our childrens to be, and what they and hinder them from becoming what they can be.
Can
True.
I add
Go ahead,
quickly?
the respecter. Go ahead.
One of the reasons why there's no village and all that's been wiped out is due to the fact that people are finding out that Billy and Jane is brother and sister and not just neighbors. And there were too many jackets being given to men. And
Leave it up to the respecter. Leave it up to respecter. Make me laugh. Okay. Okay, the respecter. We talking what I don't know what jackets have to do with it, but
break up the village.
it wake up the village. It wakes up the village. Okay. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Lord have mercy. Just leave it up to this throw the curve. Want to say big shouts go out to YouTube's radio. Big shouts go out to the Victorious 89.1 FM radio each and every week. We have some fantabulous programming on both on all the stations right here for reasoning for the Powerhouse Radio. You have Reasoning Thursdays each and every Thursdays from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Where no topic is off limit. If you have a topic that you want to be discussed, make sure that you send it on over to DA Powerhouse Radio. I'm getting better. I'm getting better with the emails and sending on over and give us your topic because it's not what you say, is how you say it. Do join me Saturdays for the Lady D Show, 12 to 4 p.m., where you get your news, views, interviews, and all of these things. Joke of the day, the best in music. Also, join us each and every Sundays for All About Love, Nothing But Love. Each and every Sundays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. with yours truly, Lady D Blossom and Cool G. And it's all about Let's Gripe. Each and every Wednesday, you have a gripe. You definitely got to check them out. And that's with Tonya. Dr. Ross, McKenna, Marcus, and friends. So make sure that you check them out. Let's gripe Tonya and friends each and every Wednesdays from 7 p.m. up until the 8 o'clock hour. You don't want to miss it. Fantabulous programming. If you do miss a program, a talk program such as Let's Gripe or even Reasoning Thursdays, just go back to your YouTube or your Facebook archives and check us out. You can always go back and watch some of our previous programmings. Also, there's some fabulous programmings over there at YouTube's radio. Check them out each and every evening, as well as the Victorious 89.1 FM formula. Big shouts to you, DJ VJ Smiles, Ross Dougal, manners and respect to each and everyone, Dr. J and the crew. I want to say big shouts to our sponsors that continue to support us over here on the Powerhouse Radio. If you would like to be a sponsor, just give us a shout out at DA Powerhouse Radio. at gmail.com and sponsor one of these programmings. Yeah, we definitely need your financial contribution to keep us going. All righty. That's DA Powerhouse Radio at gmail.com. Big shouts to One by One Kia once again for the nomination of the NAACP Image Award. Just to be nominated alone is the greatest accomplishment that a one can ever acquire. Want to say big shouts to the Hinkson firm. Want to say big shouts to you. If you have any law needs, then give them a call. All righty. And the number 470-499-4704. Unique Total Care. They are hiring direct support care staff, sitters, LPN, RNs, and the works. Give them a call. They are hiring right now for a position 6 to 10 a.m. for a care support caregiver position. So if you're looking something, hit them up. 470-301-2552. Bowtastics, the best in bows. Check them out. They have men bow ties, hair bows, custom made bows. Then check them out. Mystique Enterprise for all of your promotional needs. Hit them up at Mystique, MYSTIQUELLC.com for all of your promotional needs. And we awesome renovations for all of your renovations, paintings, and all these things. Give them a call. And let me tell you something. We just want to thank them once again for continuing to support us each and every day, every week, and for all these years. We definitely thank you for your support. Getting back, it's 9 20 on the powerhouse clock. And we're not going to even get into anymore, I guess, into the Iran war unless you all want to talk about it because it's all over the news. I think that
Yeah.
um, we what the most that I would say to all of the listeners in regards to these things, and yeah, there's two things I wanted to bring forth. What I would say to all of the listeners is preparation. Preparation. The same thing that's going on over there can happen right here. God forbid, so we go on with our everyday lives and not realizing what is going on, and we just have to say, oh God, thank you for blessing us each day that we're blessed. But preparation is the key. Okay, you all need to get your water. If you haven't gotten your water, it's a gallon a day per person. Get those water and put in your house, people. Don't be stubborn. Get those water. Don't come knocking at my door because I'm not letting you in. All righty. So get your water so that get the tablets that you make and put inside of your waters. However it is, just be prepared for the situation that is taking effect. Get your emergency food supply. Order some of those lunar bags and put some rice in it and seal it. You don't necessarily have to go for the emergency food part of it. You can create your own emergency food. Alrighty, they got them bags that you could put in, you seal it, you put it in a bucket. It lasts you for 35 years. Okay. You go and you get some canned stuff, learn how to can in. YouTube have a lot of videos on canning, how to can in your food, where it can last for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years. So be diligent in what you all need to do, and there's no scare tactic to it. Preparation is good, whether it's what's going on in the Middle East with the US right now, or it's any natural disaster, anything such as. Let's be prepared. They have flashlights that work off of water, people. I have one. I was going to bring it and show it to you on this program next week. They have, just go and find ways solar. Let's get away from everything battery operated and all of these things. Get with solar, get with water operation, get with whatever you all need to do to secure yourself in that way that you'll be all right for as long as you can be all right. Okay, preparation is the key. Go get some of those money out of those banks. I've been called and I'm told that they were having some ATM machine issues. Then I was told that there weren't any ATM machines issues. But even so, I've been seeing one and two. things that has been posted on the internet of um, it's alleged that Iran and those places are going to try to target our banking systems and things like that. So go on and get some dollars, put it wherever you need to go put it. Um, Make sure that we talked about putting up some money. I've been told that it's alleged that it was on the television in regards to starting draft. And I know that persons know that the young ones now, in order to do certain things, they had them to already register for the armed forces. So, and I spoke to my niece as well, whom advised me that her boys had to do it in order to get certain things done. So they've already have the names. Be mindful. Just get yourself prepared. Get yourself prepared. Get yourself prepared. Sharon says, wait, Blossom says, but it goes both way. Man is giving woman jacket too. Okay, let's see where this is coming from. I think that was the respecter they're answering you. But it goes both ways. Men is giving jacket too, Blossom says. And Sharon says, a man is a boy without a jacket. But I don't think that why Jamaicans are angry. Melissa came and no help from your government. Lots of people are sick. Water is still contaminated. Children are sick. A hungry man is an angry man.
Okay, that's the right
And
question.
that's a definite right there, Sharon. A hungry man is an angry man. And this brings me back to what I just said about preparation. Because even with the storm in Jamaica with Melissa, a lot of persons was not prepared, and we have to be prepared. May it be natural disaster, may it be war, may it be whatever. And it's not you being scared, it's you being ready and prepared. I have hit up my whole family and said, did you all go get your water? Did you all go do this? Did you all go do that? You all need to do that. Blossom says, I hear you keep saying that inspector respector did it happen to you. You got jacket.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes, 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 yes,
Up
yes.
there.
Hey,
Yeah.
y'all heard how many earthquake been hitting the Caribbean, right?
Yeah, well, we know about that digging, so we definitely
Oh
know. But
man, I
this,
mean,
this is
it's
some-
like four of them this week.
yeah, this is something that was sent in to us. Did anyone want to touch what I said before we move on, or but this one is something. So let me give anyone on the panel an opportunity to address jackets and storms and being prepared and all of these things. Did everyone on the panel, do you all have your water? Do you all have your emergency supplies?
I'm working on it. Storing up a few things. I haven't learned. I don't know how to can, but you mentioned the YouTube, so
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, me too. I was saying the same thing, Noni. I'm working on it as well. Because
Yeah,
they
actually.
discussed that water shortage.
Yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
serious thing. It's one of the is a major, what is it? But it's one of the major problems. Is
Yeah.
having clean water and water shortage. So definitely.
If
No.
you run
yeah.
out of juice, you can. If you run out of juice, you can just go check Noni.
Hey, I let you handle
What
that,
I've
Doris.
been what I've been doing.
You know they
What I've been doing each month, I do two case of water each month.
excellent, excellent.
How many per
Wherever
case? How many per case are you doing
is 1 gallon per person.
per person?
Per
Okay.
day, per day. But we folks need a little bit more than that. If you're using almost just about 32 gallons of water from the pipe, 1 gallon ain't gonna do nothing for you.
No, no.
So just think about it. You got to wash your butt. Although you ain't gonna take a full blown shower, but you're gonna have to wash your tuntun and all those stuff, right? And you want a little water for tea. You got to wash your hands. You got to flush your toilet. So just be mindful of those things and
Wash
make
your
sure that
dishes,
you wash your
cook.
dishes. Cook. So you have to be mindful in it. And they normally say 1 gallon per person, but I have definitely definitely
Beyond that,
for
I
gas.
go. Yeah.
Well, Lady D, I am watching more videos about growing your food, even if you do it in certain containers and stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm gathering that as
Right?
well because I don't know nothing about
Watch
gardening, but
watch that show called On the Rocks.
Okay. Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
What is
she do a
on the
lot
rocks?
container on the rocks. That's all she do, container food, vegetables, fruits, everything she do container.
All right.
Okay.
We need
Thank
to
you for that.
watch those on the rocks, and we need to
Mm.
get going, get ourselves in the weather is getting very nice. So let's start digging up those yards and planting our flowers and not flowers, our crops. So
Vegetables and fruit.
Community gardens would be nice. I don't know if
I
anywhere
have
near,
one
but
in my back, and I'm gonna see if I can get some more folks to join us. It's been dormant now for like 2 or 3 years.
yeah,
oh,
So
okay.
some of the tenants and I, we've been talking about reviving it.
Well, you
Uh-huh.
need to revive it and teach somebody like me how to do it.
yes.
Yeah, and it's very nice. Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
you just got to dig them grounds and get them vegetables in there and water them and pay attention to them. Show them a little love. Talk to them like you do your house plants here and there. Yeah, and then you reap your crops and you cut them up and you bag them and freeze them.
Nice.
Or if you learn how to can, you can them. But find a designated closet or something to put your water and your stuff in so you know where you got to go for it. But yeah, the world needs to be prepared. The world, even in Jamaica, the world needs to be prepared. All righty. One of our listeners sent in. I wasn't even going to address it, but because they sent it in, we want to address it. Janelle Myers, which is Buja Banton's son, came out and said that he had thoughts. He had a thought at one time to be gay. But his father's and the reason why, before I even go into that, Donna
Mm, 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 mm.
they need to just leave our world alone. They came with war and took over our critical infrastructure and poison our water. We know who Donna's talking about. Donna, myself, and one of the listeners were reasoning on you and saying a lot of what Donna's saying is not too far fetched. Um, you know, but yeah, as we're learning, I guess we just watch and see with time, Donna, what's going on. I don't gravitate to everything that you say, Donna, but some of the things that you do say, you pick sense out of nonsense, and it makes sense. So yeah, um, I'm not that deep into that other world. So I don't know much about it. But back to Bush's son, and he's saying that he had the thoughts of being gay, and he's being totally bashed. I've seen it on the internet where he's being totally bashed, and he said he reverted from that because he heard his father's song "Boom Bye Bye" and that Buju Banton sang, and he said he went to church, and he even said where in those thoughts he feel the devil was attacking him to make him have those thoughts. And there's a lot of persons whom out there bashing him, saying, yeah, well, if he has the thought, that means that he is gay. But there's a lot of persons whom are taking up and saying no, including a lot of several entertainers that are standing up for him. Me myself, I think the same way. I don't think because he had that issue with women where he was being women would not even wouldn't want to date him because you know whatever it is, whatever their reasons are for not wanting to date him. And some person seems as if he has a developmental disability and other things. So, feeling sad and down that he's can't form a relationship, he's like, well, maybe if it turns to a man, if that's the case, no woman don't want me. Well, hey, And then he heard his dad's song, and he thought about it, and he says he immediately reverted. He reverted from he got that thought out of his mind and went to church and seeked the Lord, and is on a straight path. So do you all feel that the thought, because I can say that when I've never thought to be with another woman, but you make a statement like you say, why the way the man them are gone, you can see why the women them turn to woman. Like you make certain statements. But what's y'all thoughts on it? Because persons are asking, the question that the person sent in was, if you have that thought, does that makes you gay? Donna says,
No, I don't think so.
before we go further, Donna says, as the files get declassified, time will tell. Okay, we'll watch time. Time is the master. Donna says, I don't even think that Butch's son said that, because they can make even a newborn baby talk. Wow. And Let's Scribe says, sometimes things happen that make a person don't trust the opposite sex because of trauma. It's true. Okay.
Mm.
Who was, go ahead, Noni.
Me. I was just saying no, just because he had that thought. Because sometimes, even at a certain age, you know, um, there is confusion of some sorts with that. That persons may get a little confused, and it has a lot to do with peer pressure, um, society with what's going on. And like you said, or like he even said, a lot of times, the thought will just come. And, because your mind can definitely, do things to you when you're in a certain state of mind. So no, I wouldn't think that because he had the thought that he's still that.
He was very young, and he's still young
Right.
when he said that. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad to see that Sprague Benz is not afraid to speak out on his behalf.
Yeah.
Um,
Even
but this
even
one, this one,
right. Hmm.
this one major funny guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to call him funny guy. He's a comedian.
Hmm.
All of us love him. Major hype.
Major hype. Yeah.
He turned it into a song, singing like Bujo.
Yeah, I saw that.
But
I heard.
it's nice, but it's not necessary. It's not going to make it better
But that's
or
how
make him
photo
feel
I
any
did.
better.
Him always
You know,
him
you got to
him
give him a
always
chance. You got to give him a chance to feel confident that more than half of the society understands me. He seems to be a humble young man, and he makes a lot of good music. So I'm glad he did what he did. I'm glad he listened to his father's song, changed his mind, because he could have easily end up in that position.
Yeah. 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 Anyone else want to touch it?
well, at least now it's a little easier than it used to be being gay in Jamaica. Because I remember years ago they would stone you.
Talk
They
about
would
me. Talk
stone you.
about me.
Yeah,
Listen to you.
yeah.
I don't know.
Now,
Queen did
Funny.
now,
Queen
Woo,
now,
Huh, Queen?
now
What you say?
come from?
they
Queen,
woo.
will stone you. You stay there. Now them days there. What them fling stone? What? What they?
but the question
What?
that
Yeah, they was showing you in those days. You
Wow.
gay, honey. Yeah, since some sort of time they used to be behind closed door. They never used to. You used to hear one with us say, "Why they don't listen my batty man?" And him hide. You don't want nobody know that because they'll stone you. They stone you to death in a Jamaica in them days when I was younger. And you're gay. Now I see it's open and it's like nothing. Parade, they full of parade, honey child. Mm,
Oh wow! But
but with
yeah.
go
you
ahead,
know,
MC.
I would say everything starts with a thought, right? It's harmful.
Hmm.
I mean, not harmful, harmless of a thought. And then if you continue to think about it more and more and may ponder on it, you may want to act on it, you may not. But you know what? It doesn't necessarily, as you said, the thought or even a dream doesn't necessarily make you one way or the other. So I agree that it
Yeah.
doesn't necessarily make you
And
one way.
society promotes it now. So, there are so much things out there geared towards it that if you have that inclination, it's hard to walk away from it or not to focus on it or what have you. Because
So
there's so
Queen,
much out there of it. Mm?
Queen,
When you're not strong, some of
Queen.
these men, yeah, are women
You
not strong. Yes, sir.
you ever had that thought?
Me? You're mad. Me love man. You're mad. No, honey, child. Not me at all, at all, at all. I'm afraid of beat. I'm afraid God beat me. Wow. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. No, sir.
You know what?
No, sir.
You got
No, sir.
the respect of boundaries in it. You know what I take from it? I kind of take from it. In some way, you look at it and you wonder if it's really a choice. No, because some persons would say that it is not a choice. That's how they feel. And so with this revelation from Janil, sometimes I cannot pronounce his name properly, but with this revelation, he's stating that it's a choice, which that is something that a lot of persons take from it as well. Is that choosing you chose to be with someone, to be with a male versus being with a woman. It's a choice. So with this, it's life in human is so funny because I think we've reasoned on that, I think, before, where I've stated that you see some people that are young from their little kids, and you look at them and you say, boy, that twitch too hard, you know. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
some you would say, boy, that girl, she go on mannish, you know. But
Mhm.
and then they grow up to be this person that you saw them as they were younger. So
Yeah.
um I've always said that, is it where, they say God don't make mistakes, but you have persons that are born with disability. You have persons that are oh my gosh,
Born with sex that.
born male or female, born male and female. So
Mhm. Yeah.
my philosophy has always been, why couldn't something like that take place as well? Because it's all in the DNA and the chromosomes. So but this next argument now with what he has brought forth has said to me, then okay, well, is it really a choice?
Well, not to cut you too far, but I just want to put out there to think about
Mhm.
what if you're thinking about you like what you're saying, if it's not a choice. Think about this. Why would someone willfully choose to live a life that people, especially back in those times, ridicule you, put you down, maybe kill you, beat you up, you
Yeah,
know? So that's also something just to add to what you were just saying.
yeah, that's a valid point right
Yeah.
there, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that
then,
But
I
it,
do believe that influence has a lot also to do with it. Lady, you remember here in Georgia in the early days, it's like in say around 2000 and say 90, 97, 98. That's when that influx of sex things start happening in the high schools. Because one time you didn't find that in there, and then all of a sudden it's like you see all these little young kids, start turning towards gayism and what have you. It's like a influx of it,
yeah.
and you never used to see it before.
Ah,
And that's why I think some of it is influence.
yeah,
it's the difference with
Donna says it's an experimentation, which
Yeah,
which
it's
I
yeah.
believe so too, and then I'm gonna let the respecter. I believe so too. It's in your food, it's in the water. But what before all of this experiment? What happened before? Is it something where it could be chromosomes issues? Could it be something really from birth? Can it, if something can happen where you become a hermaphrodite, then why isn't it something that can be like this? Go ahead, the respecter.
Unfortunately, some parents molest their child at birth. The moment the child comes out, there's some stories out there like that,
Yeah,
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say that
they
too.
speak they
yeah.
speak negatively sexually in the ear of those kids, and also in the adult world, the female get away with in the open field where a man wouldn't, like in the dance hall and parties where the women grinding on each other, dancing with each other. Let two men try that in a club and see what happens.
That's true, and that's something to even think about. The
Right.
stereotyping of two males grinding and two females grinding. What makes it the difference when they do that in the club?
Noni?
Why you call Noni on this? Why you calling Noni name the respecter?
No,
No,
Noni's in the club more than Jai and Michelle.
okay.
Noni love to party.
Noni,
Yeah, Noni. Yeah, you're being called out, Noni.
She opened the club and closed it.
Noni, you're not gonna address him. Noni took her phone off of mute, but I don't know what's going on with her line.
She's on the floor. She's rolling.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping that our thoughts for the listener that submitted that in in regards to Bush's son. No, I don't feel that that automatically makes you gay because GAY, because that's not something that you've act on. And Yeah, I guess that's the only thing I could say in defense of that.
You hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now, Noni.
Okay, sorry about that. I was having some technical difficulties.
It's
So y'all were talking about partying and women grinding on each other?
yeah.
Okay. Well, you're right.
You
Two men couldn't do it. But at the same time, I was told, I embrace the culture, but I'm not, I don't do that.
yeah,
But, uh, you know, I don't think they're doing it because they're that way. Again, I was told it was part of the culture. Hey, but who am I?
okay.
Club wise, sometimes the
Oops.
women are dancing with each other. It's like a safe space.
Okay.
Sometimes men get a little gropey. Sometimes it's a little weird. Because no offense, I don't swing that way, but I would dance with my friends in the club. You know what I mean? Um, but I'm not looking for you to fill me up either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it goes both ways as far as that. Some people maybe that's just your preference, and some people maybe a life experience happened and that turned out to be your preference after that.
Yeah. I when I go to the clubs, I see persons like I'll be like, okay, now that's a little bit too much. They
Yeah, I don't need you groping me up, but sometimes it's a safe space because sometimes some men don't know their limits or they're not very respectful. They think because it's a club setting, they can kind of, get away with it or do what they want.
yeah.
Um, and I'm a protector of my friends. So sometimes if my friend is, I see that she's maybe a little too intoxicated or something, it's me playing the safe game for her. I see you dancing around and I see maybe somebody not being the most respectful, even though we're in a club setting. I would rather you come and dance with me if that's what you want to do because I know you'll be okay.
Okay. Well, Donna just posted
That's a
something.
good point.
Go ahead, MC.
I was just reiterating that's a good point.
Okay. Donna just posted something. Donna says, I was just talking about the Neanderthal hominids males that only have one chromosome in opposed to the human males. And that's why there's a war because they claimed human emasculated them when they impregnated their women, and the male children were born with both chromosomes. Hmm.
Trying to skip.
Donna, that one that
Interesting.
deep. That one is
Interesting.
very deep, Donna. I was just talking. I have to read that again. You know what? Because I heard something like that somewhere, and I'm trying
I
to.
think that's in the Bible somewhere they were saying, or one of the books
I saw
that was taken
And
out of the
scientifically,
Bible.
they're saying that the fetus essentially starts out as a female before that other chromosome is gained for it to become a male.
say that
I'll
again.
send you guys a video on it. I kind of get where she's going with it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, Donna says research it. Yeah, we Jai
Definitely.
send us the video, and maybe when you send us the video, we can maybe incorporate it and reason on that because that's a I heard that somewhere before. And it's that's things that makes you go, hmm. So these are the aliens, Donna, that we're talking about. That there are they
We talk about us being monkeys, apes, and whatever. All of that.
yeah.
Included
His
in
wife
there. Yeah.
says some children's hold grudge because the parent was strict.
Mm.
Okay.
Not all the time.
They hold grudges, so that's why they became whatever they came. Oh,
Sometimes
Donna
it's
says we
serious.
Donna says we had that topic before on the show. Okay. Okay, because I know I heard that somewhere before. But let's gripe. I'm not understanding what you meaning with some children hold grudge because the parent was strict. Um where's that coming from? Uh
How they is that how they act? Why they act the way they act?
because of they acting gay, gay,
They rebel.
gyrating on each other. It's explain a little bit more.
So
Let's
they
go ahead.
getting buck wild. What is it?
Yeah,
Mm.
let's explain a little bit
It's
more where you coming
it's
from.
a rebellion against the parent.
Yeah, but to rebel in the so your some of them is rebelling and going for the same sex because
Yeah,
they're holding grudges against the parent.
yeah.
If that's what you're saying,
Hmm.
okay, okay,
And
that
some of them blame the mother for the father not being there. And as time goes by, they don't want to be with no man. The female don't want to be with no man because of how the father treat the mother or the mother treat the father, vice versa.
Right.
So, you
The
know,
respect, I believe that. There's there are women
Yeah.
that even speak about that. But Lady D,
Yeah.
we were talking about the whole construct of community and how violence and just the whole society is messed up. Wouldn't that be the core of the family structure, how broken it is? Because you were speaking about how Jamaica is, and it's pretty much over here in America as well. There weren't as many broken families because number one, like you spoke earlier, everybody's faith is different, how they, um, worship the creator or the divine being. First and foremost, there was always some sort of accountability or check and balance, which
Mhm.
caused families to want to be one unit, and everything started with family. Your mom was your counselor.
Mhm.
Your dad, taught the sons these trades. Really didn't have to go to school, but the families are so broken. And I
yeah.
know single parenting comes about for different reasons, whether, it's a death like my children's father, divorce, you know, um, father no good, or, just they grew apart, whatever reasons that this breakup happens. But I'm seeing a lot of what's going on it's the construct of family and the culture of family, because what starts in the home spreads abroad, and that's how community came about. So if I had to say that's one of the main issues, I would definitely say it's because of the broken home and the broken family
It could be.
construct.
It could be because not even family reunion. I remember years ago, you hear it's like every month you see somebody having a family reunion. Now you don't even hear about those things much anymore.
Yeah,
And
and
No,
what
it's
no,
known what
nobody's
known
doing
is
that.
family structure in
what
the home, like you said, Noni, the family
Mhm.
structure in the home, the mom
Okay,
and
yeah.
the dad
So,
and
and
the
there,
children. Yeah, it's
and there's a lot of love. I love you, but there's no respect.
mm,
Absolutely. And families really truly work together. It wasn't any one person usurping authority, but you work together. Everybody, I don't know if people don't like to hear this,
you
played their
serve
role.
it. Yeah, man,
And it
you
and it
serve
and it just worked because everybody was doing their part. And
yeah.
Queen is right. I only remember maybe two family reunions, but after that, families, aunties, everybody between divorce,
Yeah,
um,
different. Yeah,
different things happening, that
yeah,
construct was completely
yeah,
separated,
yeah, yeah,
and and it's generation after generation that
yeah.
happens.
I feel like
Mm,
sometimes that's coming from even, and this is not all situations, but I feel like sometimes that disconnect is happening due to like certain traumas that even happen within that family unit. So sometimes that they were close and everyone was looking out for each other, but things were happening under the table that people weren't comfortable with, you know? So then as you become an adult,
mm-hmm.
it's not to say I don't love you, but there's some people you just don't trust.
yeah.
Mm,
Right.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Plays
And
a
then
big
There's
part.
then it
so much
costing
things that.
separation. It end up costing
And
separation.
it causes a lot of separation because
Yeah,
now as
because
an adult, I'm not going to trust you around my kid, you know?
right, and then
Mhm.
Yeah,
it leaves the distance. It definitely leaves the distance. Man, this is a topic that we may need to revisit next week because our time is up. You know, I have to watch the time, and man, I'm sorry this came around a little later. And thanks for bringing for getting even a little bit more deeper into it. Noni and Jai and Queen and MC, the Respecta. Man, I love this panel and I love the open mindedness of each and everyone. And I'm loving it when everyone's engaged. You know, I love it when you all are engaged in the conversations because each one of our minds are different, and when we share stuff, it's things that makes you go, I didn't think of it that way. But yeah, that's those are some good perspective on choices. So in some cases, in Buju's son case, it's choice, and there's some cases their choice, and in some cases, it's
It's trauma.
it's the structured that is around that individual.
mm-hmm.
It's the family members that are around that individual. It's
Influences. Yeah.
situation that may have taken place.
Mm-hmm.
It's a broad thing. It's a broad thing, and yeah, it all comes back down to family and talking and communicating and loving. Each other. Boy, I'm just gonna read Donna's last two texts and then have you all just say a River Dolce because it's 9:57 on the powerhouse clock. Donna says you have some beings that bought in gayness and they have animosity towards others who aren't, so they're trying to convert people over to their ways. She also says they're drugging people and raping them through anal sex to ruin their reputation. Misery loves company. That's why they came out with the anal prostate examination for all men before they turned 50. Wow.
You imagine?
I remember we saw a clip where, and I think I played it on the show, where they says, "Oh, you have X-rays
Yeah.
for prostate. You got to have a doctor put his finger." Wow. Well, listen, it has just been fabulous reasoning with you all, and we're going to pick up back this reasoning next week on Reasoning Thursdays. Jai, you want to say a river Dolce? You have any last comments before we go?
No last comments, but everybody have a wonderful night.
All right. No need the juice.
I definitely have a last comment. I'm glad you're going to pick back up on this next Reasoning Thursday because I just thought about something really quick when it comes to the family construct. You were talking about, the gathering of the food, canning, gardening, the trades that kept families together as well. Father was always with the sons, mom teaching the daughter how to cook. We need to get back to those things. So yeah, definitely pick it up next week. But I definitely enjoyed everyone tonight. The topics were um, very engaging, and it's the openness and the transparency that we all seem to have because I believe deep down we definitely want the same thing. We want to bring family back, community back. So thank everyone for listening. Again, I enjoyed the panel, Jai, the respecter, Lady D, of course, Queen, and MC. See y'all next Thursday. Thank everybody for listening on the different um, platforms. Have a good night.
All right, Queen.
Yeah, like I said, you just have to be mindful of your ins and out, where you go, how you go. Be careful of large groups. Just be mindful, and like Lady said, be prepared. Make sure you have all the necessary things that you need. I love you guys. It's always a pleasure being here, and thank you for tuning in. Remember, press that like button, okay, and share, share, share. Arrivederci. Love you guys.
MC.
Good night, everyone. I concur with you, Noni. It was really a great conversation with the transparency and the openness. That's what makes it such a great Reasoning Thursday. I always enjoy being with the audience and with our wonderful panel. And thank you for having me this Thursday, and see you next Thursday.
All right. The respecter.
These ladies are fine as hell, from Lady D to Michelle. I just want to say this, man. Let us not be judgmental of anyone's situations because we really don't know why they end up in the position they end up in, being who they become. So let us be kind no matter what.
Yeah, that definitely, definitely. I concur with everything that each and everyone says. And once again, inviting you all to go on over to the YouTube channel. If you missed any of our programmings, just go back in our library and catalogs. We have some very interesting reasonings that occur each and every week. And you may learn a little something over there. And if you find something that you disagree, then definitely bring it to our attention. All righty. We thank you all. We want to thank you Choose Radio for continuing to carry us. Victorious 89.1 want to thank you for continuing to carry us. And we want to just thank each and every one from all over the world for continuing to listen and embracing all the programs right here on the Powerhouse Radio, as well as Reasoning Thursdays. You all have a blessed night. Be safe. Also, you could tune in 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to the best in music right here. We have some great music in rotation, all genres of music. So be blessed. We love you all, and we'll check you all on out next week, Thursday, same place, same time, same station. Love you all. Ciao, ciao.
Love you too. Good
Ciao.
night.
Love you all.
Good night, everybody. Love
Good
you.
night. Good night.
Good night.
We're in tune to the Powerhouse Radio, linking the world to the Caribbean. There's a light